Happy lunar eclipse in Taurus. Oh, we made it through the night. Does anybody else been having incredibly powerful dream time over the last few nights? Did anyone else waken suddenly during the eclipse in the middle of the night? Oh, welcome, welcome. Whew. I was just dropping in with the energy of the time as I prepare to offer a transmission directly through this channel that has been coming in to support my life. So, yeah, I wanted to kind of give you all a little background as we're gathering. So, if you're here with me live, please let me know you're here. Drop a comment, say hello, and let me know what has been coming up for you in the last month or so. For me, it really started back in Libra season a month ago. We had a full moon in Aries, and it was basically conjunct with Jupiter. Just before that full moon in Aries, when Jupiter came closer than it ever had come in our lifetime, um, excuse me, I'm having a little bit of frogginess in my throat. I'm going to take a sip of my water. Mm. Welcome. Thank you all who are saying hello. Watching the moon come up. So a month ago, Jupiter was in Aries, and I'm going to go back even a little bit farther so that you can kind of just drop in to the parallels. So as I'm telling my story, I really invite you to drop into what your experience has been, because we each have our individual experience and we're all experiencing the energies of the times together. And I really came here today with a special embodied leadership activation for all of you. So stick around, because a really powerful transmission is coming through. And in order to keep the purity of this transmission, I haven't over prepared, but to explain the background is really important. So as I tell this story, I really invite you to drop into any parallels that you've been experiencing. Earlier this year, I took a big leap of faith, and I really stepped into a new paradigm of how I'm doing my business in the world. And I went all in for 90 days. I made a huge amount of progress in my business, built up momentum, was making money, and then some real life situations in my family and personal life really came down hard. And I took the entire month of August off. September, I was just working. I need to get myself back on track. I need to get these wheels turning. I was really excited about my business and felt like I was on purpose, but I wasn't feeling inspired. And then Jupiter came super close to Earth. Maybe some of you remember, and we're still seeing Jupiter really large in the sky. And this is why this transmission is coming through, that came through Jupiter even now at this amazing eclipse time. And we're going to get to that. I'm going to keep this story as short and sweet as possible. So one night I felt called to go outside just as Jupiter was rising. And this was just before the full moon in Aries, when Jupiter and the moon were almost conjuncting. And Jupiter showed up so big that it looked like a small moon. And when I go and gaze at the moon, when I go and gaze at Jupiter, I feel the consciousness there. Does anybody else really feel the different energy of the planets, of the celestial beings. There's a reason that they're called celestial beings in some traditions. To me, there's a real entity in each one of them that we can connect with. So if you can really drop into what is the quality of Jupiter. For me, Jupiter is really the quality, carries the quality of leadership. And so when Jupiter rose that night, I said, Jupiter, please imbue me with your leadership qualities, with those qualities that will allow me to show up for my business from the place of alignment and magic that I know is possible, instead of from the place of working at the grindstone to make it happen. And I spent several nights with Jupiter, and then with that full moon in Aries, really activating into that power of inspiration and starting things and making things happen. And then we had this most recent new moon in Scorpio as we entered into Scorpio season. And this is when the powerful dreams started coming. Anybody else been having dreams? I think I asked this earlier, but share your power dreams that have been coming through. If you've been having any powerful dreams over these last couple weeks, especially as we've entered Scorpio season, and the Scorpio new moon brought to me a connection with two black jaguar puma panthers. And I'm using all those words because puma and panther both just mean big cat. And technically it was two black jaguars. And since that Jupiter activation, that full moon in Aries, I was open to really receiving the guidance that came through. And then these big cats showed up to really show me a new level of how we take self-leadership through play, through that dance of life that we engage in. And I've really been feeling, as this particular stellar alignment that we are within right now, so now we're coming up to the moment, in this time right now, we have in the sign of Scorpio. So if you know your astrology, tune into what area of your life is especially activated by Scorpio energy. In Scorpio right now, not only do we have the sun, but we also have Venus, and Mercury is actually what they call Cassimi right now. Mercury is actually right in the sun, behind the sun, as it were, being burned up energetically within the sun. And in the sign of Scorpio, Scorpio really asks us to dig up what's not serving, to purge. And I was really tuning into the energy of Scorpio earlier today. And the Scorpio is a water sign ruled by Mars and Pluto. And so I was like, wow, it's like Scorpio is the sign of steam, of water bubbling up right from right next to where the lava is bubbling up, essentially, is what it feels like sometimes. And so there's this super powerful energy of steam right now happening. And Mercury is the planet of communication. And so any truth that needs to be spoken right now might be coming up not in the gentlest way. And yet Venus is right there also holding space for that communication to come through in a loving, kind fashion. And so I really invite you to allow this, whatever you're being asked to look at. I know for myself, this is why I'm talking about embodied leadership. This is why I've been talking to myself about leadership for the last couple months, really looking at what areas of my life am I just kind of letting go of taking responsibility for? What areas of my life can I move forward by taking more responsibility? And sometimes this means those areas of play. It's not all about the work, it's about the balance. So if you're not feeling inspired, if you're feeling like self responsibility means I have to do all the things, what I'm saying is self responsibility means you get to choose each and every day how you spend your time. So pay attention to how are you spending your time, and is your time being spent on the things that are most important to you in life? And this is the question I've been asking myself each and every day, and really looking at all areas of my life. So I really invite you in there with me today. And now we come to the beautiful moon, the moon that they call a blood moon that was eclipsed. I awoke at the moment of eclipse. I went outside. I couldn't see the moon because the clouds were thick and low. The clouds felt like they looked like I could reach up and touch them if I just stretched a little bit more, right? And an owl was softly speaking to the moon. Ooh, 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 ooh. The owl is often seen as a carrier of wisdom from the dark. And I feel like this rising at the time of the eclipse, to hear the owl speak has had a profound impact on me. So I really wanted to share that. And the moon is in the sign of Taurus and joined with Uranus. And this is a very interesting dynamic because Taurus is all about beauty and stability and the physical. So right now, these truths that are coming up to be looked at may be around your physical health, your home space, your finances. There's a huge stress on finances. Are you taking responsibility for your finances, for your home space, for your body temple? In what ways are you perhaps abdicating responsibility and saying, oh, well, my circumstances are such that when we allow our circumstances to control our life, we aren't honoring that we do have free will. And when we really choose to take full responsibility, this is my life, I get to live it, then there's always a way. There are always resources that we haven't seen. There are always things we haven't thought of that we can do. And so I really invite you into that space as we drop into this ritual practice together today as well. And thank you for sharing. As we go through this embodied leadership activation, I really invite you to share anything that comes through that feels relevant, important, personal. We are one body in the collective when we go into these activations together. Something that you receive may also be for someone else. And when we can share, we can really take, as each one of us takes ownership and leadership for ourselves, we can also receive that love and support from the collective by knowing that we're going through this together. Even though I have my life here, I'm walking with you all alongside me and around me. And what a special, precious gift that is. So it all starts with the water. And if one of the ways that you need to take stronger self-leadership is by really dropping into drinking more water, or looking at, are you drinking the best water for your health and well-being? I really invite you to allow that in. If there's anything in your daily habits that has been on your mind to let go of so that you can take stronger responsibility for yourself, I really invite you to let that in, to allow through this ritual practice we're about to engage in. You are likely to be shown uncomfortable truths about yourself, things that you know you need to look at, that you know you really desire to change. And I'm going to stress this because this just really landed for me. I heard this the other day listening to an audiobook, and change the word. The book is called Happy Pocket Full of Money, just to give credit where credit is due. I don't remember the name of the author right now. Sometimes I'm not the best with that kind of thing. But he said, use the word desire instead of want, because want also means lack. Whereas there's no connotation of lack when you use the word desire. The word desire is a yearning for something that is there, that is meant for you to connect with. And so I really invite you to tune into what you desire your life to look like, and what pieces of your daily habitual current reality are taking you towards that place that you're longing to be in your life, and which pieces are not. And what are you willing to let go of to have that soul longing be fulfilled? I'm just letting that land. Sometimes the words come through and we just have to let them land. So take a breath with me, please. Oh, yeah. Feeling that so deep. Thank you. So grab a glass of your favorite water and let's drop in together. Now, this ritual practice that I'm inviting you into, you may notice that I'm standing. You can do this practice seated or standing. Just make sure that your feet are connecting firmly to the earth. Follow what feels right for your body, though. Don't think, oh, I really feel like sitting, but she's standing. I really invite you, take leadership for yourself. Whenever anyone shows up as a leader in the community space that we share, and you feel called to follow that leader, make sure that you are always reconnecting to your own self-leadership. So if it feels right for you to stand at this time, I invite you to stand. If it feels right for you to sit, I ask that you place your feet firmly on the floor and create some space between your back and the back of the chair that you're sitting on, so that you're really connecting through your central channel to the earth. That's what's going to be important in order to receive fully the power of this activation. And then take your water in your hands and drop in with the breath. Feeling as if the water in your glass were an extension of the energy in your heart, drop your awareness right into your heart. And with your next exhale, send that awareness flowing down through your heart, from your heart, through your solar plexus, your navel, your root, down through the soles of your feet and deep into the earth. Connect with the water element deep in the earth. Connect with the water element being activated by the fire deep, deep within the earth. Feel a sense of heat within the cold. The earth is typically a yin, cold, dense, heavy place, but at the core of that yin, dark, cold heaviness is a fire bubbling up, touching that water in the earth and activating into steam flowing up through you. So feel like the water coming up through you from the earth is alive, and it's activating the water inside of your body to be more alive, more vibrant. And as it flows through the fire that's naturally in your heart, it's activating the water in your hands, in the glass between your hands. And now with the next inhale, pull that energy up through the heart, through the crown of the head. Feel it expanding up towards the heavens, and take a moment to witness this unique alignment that the planetary bodies, the celestial beings, are arranging themselves into right now. Feel how this powerful energy of the watery Scorpio depths bringing to the surface the communication that needs to be heard, and holding it in love, really activating what is in the dream time. Opposite, the physical energy of Taurus, and really grounding into a sense of how play is nourishing your life with Uranus. Both of these stelliums are being activated by Saturn in Aquarius, square to both, holding down the sense of responsibility, self-responsibility, and taking charge of your life, planting a stake in the ground for your right to be true to that deepest part of your heart, to stand in your power and to walk your life on your terms, fulfilling your soul's desires that you came into this life to fulfill. And now breathe in all those energies of the heavens, feeling your personal North Star, anchoring it right into your crown, in through the crown, through the third eye, through the throat, right into the heart, to blend with that beautiful energy of the earth, water, fire, steam, starlight, moonlight. Now inviting a sacred space around us, feeling the energies of the four directions. Feeling your personal guardians and angels gathering around you. And feeling all of these energies condensing into the water between your hands. Take a moment to place your intentions into the center of the water, the center of your heart, the center of the circle. I intend to gaze at myself and my life with eyes open. I intend to receive the truth that comes through this transmission and walk with it, allowing it to shape me and my actions towards the highest good, towards the highest good of my own self, all of those I touch, and all those that they touch in ripples outward to bring the collective whole into an upgrade. When you feel your intention has crystallized into the water, I invite you to take a deep breath and drink as much of it as you comfortably can in one long swallow or series of swallows. Leave at least a bit in the glass to continue to be activated to drink later. And now visualizing that earth energy flowing up. We're going to go through the chakras. We're going to start at the crown and go down, and then we're going to come back up through. So I'm going to invite you right now to just tune into the energies of the planetary bodies, the celestial beings, the gods and goddesses who gaze down upon us and offer their blessings on our life path. Just allow yourself to intuitively recognize what qualities you need to invite more of in. Perhaps you need Mercury, especially in the state of Cassimi, bringing that powerful truth to the surface. Maybe you need that sun that shines its light down upon you, offering nourishment and passion to your life. Maybe you need more of the qualities of Venus, of self-care and love and grounding into what is beautiful and true, which will also connect you back to that beautiful full moon in Taurus, that energy of taking care of your physical body, taking care of your physical space, taking care of your personal finances. And with Uranus, the planet of play and often chaotic being right there in the grounding sign of Taurus, perhaps you need to invite in that quality of play being infused into your work, bringing in more of the expansive, freeing energies. Perhaps that Saturn, your inner boss, needs some activation, or the beautiful Jupiter, embodiment of divine masculine, who is currently moving backwards into Pisces to activate more in the dream realm with Neptune. Perhaps Chiron in Aries is your particular activator today. So even though we're focusing primarily on this dramatic communication between Scorpio and Taurus, I really invite you to take a moment to allow your own intuition to tune into what are the qualities of leadership that you'd like to invite in. And now tuning in as if your crown can open to invite in those particular qualities, we're going to activate from the root as we open the crown. So the energy that's flowing from above, from the celestial body that you are connecting with in particular, or perhaps one of the stelliums or this beautiful, it's almost like I'm seeing it like a burst of energy showering up like a fountain. If you really drop into the energy of the conjunctions in eclipsing and squaring with Saturn. There's this fountain that I'm seeing happening. So you can really tune into that, the powerful opportunity to purge. So that's what's being invited in first. I'm being reminded that the purging has to happen before we can fill up. So really inviting in a deep breath from the earth, pulling the energy up through the core and showering it down out the edges of your toroidal field. As if you can send it up into that fountain of energy being created as all of these planets are dancing together in the heavens, allowing it to be transmuted into exactly that energy of leadership that you know you'll be inviting in at the next phase. As we bring our energy into this reversing, our energy is naturally flowing down a lot of the time. So when we do purging by bringing it up instead of down, it can really shake loose anything that has been sticky. So allow that to happen. Deeper breaths, stronger. Allow whatever needs to be released to be cleared, as if that steam rising up through you can transmute it into what is beautiful and bright. And then take your hands into this womb mudra, connecting with the energy deep within your reproductive organs. Your lower chakras carry massive potential. So now as you connect your root, feeling the nourishment of that energy of steam rising from the earth, invite in those particular leadership qualities that you see yourself embodying over this next cycle. Grounded presence, the ability to speak your truth with clarity, kindness, and compassion, the ability to create strong boundaries. There's an invitation now to bring this energy up to the heart. So inhale from the root, from that center of creation to your center of connection. Feeling that you're spanning from the solar plexus to the throat chakra, turning your mudra up. So really activating the masculine energy now. And feeling that your center of connection and love, your passion for life is activated, and activating your center of expression. What qualities are you inviting into your relationships? So breathing into the heart, exhale and create an arc horizontally around your heart, reaching back as far as you can, and then scooping forward back into the heart. Creating a clear, healthy boundary of safety within which you can grow into the next most powerful leader that you came here to be. Always starting with leading yourself and creating this boundary so that you're not allowing in others' energy that may have been pulling you off track, may have been draining you dry. Instead, nourishing your own heart and allowing what is for others to overflow from you, through you, all around you. Again, dropping into the heart. And feeling, just drop into the sense of feeling. What does it feel like to embody the qualities of leadership that you're inviting in? A stronger relationship with your money. Clearer communication with your money equals stability in your finances. That's a place to start. So now we're going to seal it in, taking the arms wide, drawing down the heavens, sending it right to the crown. Pause for a moment and just gently tap the crown to ground anything that may be scattering around your mental field, tapping it down, and then continue to send it down through the third eye, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus. Wrap it all the way around. We'll do that 2 more times. One more. And then arrive with one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, and really take a moment to connect your knowing, your physical knowing with your emotional, mental knowing, and feel like it's all encased in a deeper knowing that you don't need to understand. You don't need to know the whole trajectory of where you're going. You just need to know the next step. So I invite you, as you integrate the energies from this activation, to take some time to journal and or share in the comments of the video here what came through for you. What qualities will you be focusing on really embodying over the next few days, few months, as you step into a stronger role of self-leadership and perhaps into a greater role of leadership in your family, in your community, in the greater community around the world that we are all a part of? So now I'm going to close with a brief ringing of the bowl, because I'm feeling a need for sound to ground in all of these energies. So as I ring the bowl, I really invite you to take any spontaneous movements that your body needs to really come fully back into the room, fully back into your body, taking any notes. Let me know how that was for you. Thank you so much for joining me. All of you that are here with me live, or if you're on the replay, I so appreciate you taking the time to really drop in deep with me here today, to receive this transmission and integrate it into your life in the way that it's most needed for you right now, right here. And I found to go back to circle back to where we started when I was sharing what I've been going through over the course of these last weeks and months. I found that no matter how hard I work, no matter how hard I work on my business, work for my business, work at my business, nothing really seems to move in my life if I'm not doing work like we did here today. If I'm not going outside and connecting with the sky, if I'm not connecting with my altar, my crystals and rocks, if I'm not really taking the time to meditate and align myself energetically, the actions I take in my business don't do anything. One aligned action equals hundreds of unaligned busy work actions. So if you have been working and feeling like you're not getting anywhere, you may need more of this energetic alignment activity in your life. And if you feel like you float around doing a lot of these activations and you feel really good afterwards, but it doesn't really seem to change anything in your life, then you may need more on the ground actions to translate it. And so if you feel like if you have been feeling overwhelmed, if you've been feeling like off track or in any way like you need a change in your life, then I really invite you to take some time to look at what needs to change and to really take that first step that will make a change in your life. And if you have been praying and looking for a way to be supported financially, spiritually, community-wise, and in all the ways, then I'd love to invite you to come to my next masterclass on Friday, 11/11, at 11:11 a.m. I will be opening a portal to really drop into where there is some support for you, where you can choose to join a community where you can drop into a done for you business model so you don't have to figure out what is the next step and how do I get there. And it all starts with water. So grab that water as we're closing our circle. Grab that water that you left in your glass and take a drink and notice how it might taste different, even after we did that little activation at the beginning. And if you would like to learn how I have been really trusting that money comes from where it's meant to come from. And if you have been called into seeking a new stream of income in your life, then this upcoming masterclass may be for you. It may be that you've been working really hard and it's not taking you in the direction that your soul is desiring to go. It may be that you just need an additional stream of income in this crazy world where we're constantly struggling against inflation and rising costs, that we need something different. And this eclipse energy is calling us to really do something different in our lives. It's calling us to take a stand for the right to choose something new. And so I really invite you to drop into, if you're feeling this call deep in your soul, are you ready and willing to step up and make a change? Because if you continue to think your outside circumstances are ruling your life, then you won't make a change, and that will be continuing to be your reality. And yet, if you choose to take one step to learn something new, and then the second step to take action into that something new, you can have a completely different life. just like I'm creating for myself. I'm about to go to Australia with my business team, and I would love to have some of you coming with me next time around, because we are building a movement of prosperous healers, artists, and visionaries who aren't afraid to stand up and speak their truth, who take a stand for all beings to have true health, which includes wealth. We can't have true health without financial well-being, right? So this may be the vehicle for you. The masterclass on Friday, I'm a little bit still in the energies. The masterclass on Friday is really about learning how you can align your energy and then align with a vehicle that's already built and ready to go, and drop into a done for you automated business model that will really support you on your mission. Because if you have been trying to do it on your own, then you may be struggling for a long time. You may go far on your own. You may go faster on your own, but you will definitely get farther when you join a community of like-minded humans on the path to true freedom. And so that's what I'm inviting you to join me for, and just drop in and see if this is the aligned path, the aligned offer, the aligned community for you. So if you're curious or you're feeling the call, there is a link in the description of this video to sign up for the class, or just reach out to me and I'll make sure to get you in. And I'd love to hear from some of you. What are the big goals and dreams that have come to the surface as you choose to embody these leadership qualities that came up for you in our activation today? What did you get out of this? I'm going to drop into your comments after the video, because I feel like we've already gone over long enough, but I will definitely be checking in with all of your comments. I so appreciate that I'm seeing all of them coming in, and I will be checking in, responding if you comment on the replay. And I'm so excited to share a really powerful opportunity with you on Friday. So let me know if you want in for that class. And I'm so excited to see you there. And I'm so excited to be a stronger presence in the Prosperous Healers community, and really bringing through my gifts and supporting you and bringing through your gifts. So let's connect and communicate what that is. I'm a multidimensional being, a multidimensional healer, and there's never any one thing that is the thing, if that makes sense. So make sure to keep dropping in to what is aligned for you, and let me know how this unfolds for you as you really look at embodying more fully your inner leader. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am super excited for what is coming for the collective as we really drop deeper and deeper into our truth, our alignment, our presence, and our power, and take the reins of our own lives, and thereby really take the reins of this experience that we share here on this earth together. Until next time, what a pleasure to be with all of you. So much love and blessings. You deserve to live your best life, fully embodied on your soul mission, and fully sustained and supported in freedom and expansion and full expression. And that's what I want for each and every one of you. That's what I desire to see in myself, in you, and in all of those around. So let me know how I can support you best. And with that, I shall say namaste.